guys, welcome to today's video where we will be choosing my March TBR along with the help of the TBR prop jar. I've never done one of these before, so I'm not 100% sure exactly how I'm going to do it. It might be that how I do it this month, I might change it up for next month, depending on what works, because I've got my physical TBR behind me, which is what I want to prioritise. But I've also got some books on my Kindle that I do want to get to, and I am trying to complete some series, which you'll see in a different video. So I think I'm going to start with choosing 6 prompts from the jar. Majority of those I want them to be off my physical, but it might be that I've got a book on the Kindle that will work, and if so, I will obviously show you and talk to you about what book I'm going to choose. Okay, so let's get the first prompt. Let's give it a bit of a mix. Okay, so the first prompt is a book by 2 authors. Okay, so for the first book, I've got a couple of books I can choose from. I've only got one option when it comes to the authors because I've got a couple of books from Christina Lauren. Okay, so the books I have to choose from are Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating and also Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. So I've read quite a few of Christina Lauren so far and I've enjoyed all of them. I find them really, really nice, fun, easy reads. I'm pretty sure I've either rated the ones that I've read either a 4 or 5 stars so far. So my choice is between these two. And I think I'm going to go with Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating because I kind of want to read this one more, but I feel like I'm going to keep putting this off otherwise. And I don't really know why. So I'm going to go with this one. So pick number 1 for March is Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren. So prompt number 2 is a book translated from another language. So this one I only have one option for, and it's a book that has been on my TBR for a little while because it scares me a little bit, so it's probably not a bad thing that it's come up. What I've got that has been translated is What You Are Looking For Is in the Library by Michiko Ayama. Hopefully I'm doing that not too badly. I got this, I think for my birthday or for Christmas, maybe last year, and I've heard amazing things about it and I'm really intrigued by it, but you can see I've even, at one point I did start it, I just didn't get very far, so it would be good now to get this one read. So that is book number 2. Number 3 is a book that you meant to read last year. So a few of these, I'll be honest, my TBR definitely isn't split by this year and last year, things just get added to it, but I have had quite a few books on it from last year, so let me just see what my options are. 3 that I'm going to choose from, because whilst there is more than 3 that have been on this since last year, these 3 I've probably had longer than since last year, and for whatever reason I just keep putting them off, whether it's just that I'm not in the headspace or I just keep getting new books. So the first one is The Ex-Hex by Erin Sterling. I think though that I would rather read this sort of more towards Halloween, maybe. The second one that I've had for a little while is The Paper Palace by Miranda Cowley Heller. I actually wanted to get this for one of my family members, but then I like the look of it so much that I got her something else and kept this for myself. And then I haven't read it, so that's really bad of me. Like I said in my previous video, if you've watched that, I'm not really into like thrillers or mysteries or anything, and I don't think that that is mainly what this is, but there's a little bit of there's a betrayal and secrets unfold and things. So there's that option. And then the third option is Sorrow and Bliss by Meg Mason. And I know for sure that I've had this for a few years. I think I got given it when it first came out. And it came out in, if I can find it, 2020. No, first published in Great Britain in 2021. So I've had it since 2021. And for that reason, I am going to pick this one because it's time to get it off my TBR. Number 4. So far, they've all got physicals. So I might, and they're all fairly short. Just looking at them in the camera, and none of them are too long. So we'll just see how we go. Maybe do a couple more, but I'm going to start with 6 and then see where we're at. Is it 6 I said? Find out. Okay, number 4 is a book. Oh, a book with a one-word title. So definitely got a few options for this. So let me just have a look. I had 3 options for this. I thought I had more. I think because I can obviously see all of these are one word, but I haven't started the series yet. So the first option I have got for this is Daydream by Hannah Grace. This is part of the Maple Hills series, following Icebreaker and Wildfire. Controversially, I liked Icebreaker and I loved Wildfire, and I know Wildfire is not a lot of people's favourite, but I absolutely loved it. And this is Henry's story, so I'm really looking forward to this one. The second option I have got is Collide, so another sports romance. This one is by Bal Cabra, and it's a hockey one. So there's a hockey player and a sports psychologist, which is quite interesting. I've had a lot of good things about this, and it does say if you love The Deal and Icebreaker, you'll love this. Well, I liked The Deal and I really liked Icebreaker. I think it was a 4, a 4 for me, whereas Wildfire was a 5. So there's that option, and then I also have Hooked by Emily McIntyre. I was really unsure about these books for a long time, and then I saw Emily McIntyre on TikTok. She just came up on my For You page and I really liked her, and then I immediately bought books. So this is, I think, a Peter Pan retelling. Well, it's got Peter and Wendy, so yeah. So I'm looking forward to this one. So these are my 3 options. So to help me choose, I am going down the train of thought that I am really trying to wrap up some series that I am in the middle of. I think I'm in the middle of about 24 series. And that's not, I think out of those 24, I think 3 of them I'm up to date on, and the other 21, I could read the next book and I just haven't yet. So based on that alone, I am going to read Daydream because these 2 are both starting a new series, which, whilst I'm not against starting any new series, I just think if I've got the opportunity to become up to date with a series, I should take it. So based on that, I am going to pick Daydream as book. Okay, so book prompt number 4 is a book with around 250 pages. So far, I've got 4 fairly short books. Daydream's the longest, I think, with about 427 pages. And now I've got to pick another short book. So let's see what options I've got. I'm going to save this for autumn, Halloween, but The Ex-Hex by Erin Sterling is the closest book I've got to 250 pages, and it's 308. So it's like the shortest on my TBR, and I couldn't get closer to 250. So that is the one. So I did have a few options. Obviously we saw I had Collide. I do have the Boys of Tommen, which I absolutely love. I just don't feel emotionally ready to continue with that series. So the one I have picked is Caught Up by Liz Tomford. So this one helps me continue with a series, so that's great. And 2 gets me one step closer to Play Along, which a lot of people have said is the best in the series. I'm very similar to a lot of people in that I didn't really like Mile High, which then put me off the rest of the series. But then I heard really, really good things about The Right Move, and I really enjoyed that. I've heard good things about this, so I am looking forward to reading this. So this is going to be pick number 6. Okay, pick number 6 is a sports romance, which I have got quite a few options for. So let me see which one I would like to read. Okay, pick number 7. Let's do all of these from my physical TBR, so I'd be interested if I get any Kindle one. What I previously DNF'd. Okay, so I have on my Goodreads, I have a shelf of DNF'd books. And a lot of them I think I should really split my shelf up between like DNF and like soft DNF. Because there's some on there that I just wasn't in the headspace for, or maybe I didn't enjoy at the time. But actually, I don't want to rule out not reading it. So let me see. So I've got 19 books on my DNF shelf. Let me see if there's any on here that I want to give another go. Okay, the only one that I think I'm tempted to read again, and this one was a soft DNF, so it would make sense. A lot of these I've got no interest in at all, is the Zodiac Academy, book number 7, Heartless Sky. I'm on book 7. It just got a bit too much, a bit silly, but I really miss the world. I miss the characters, and I feel like I've committed so much to the series. Like, these aren't small books. I've committed so much to the series that I need to carry on. So the book I'm going to un-DNF, and I'm going to read it on my Kindle because I've got it on, it's on Kindle Unlimited, is Zodiac Academy, Heartless Sky, which then reminds me that I need to find a comment. Someone commented on something on TikTok to say that I needed to do it in tandem with one of the other books. It might be this one, but I'll look that up. And if that is the case, then brilliant, because I've just got myself an extra book. Okay, so far I've got my 6 physical and my 1 Kindle, and that also helps me progress with the series. And then that's a bit of fantasy, which I haven't got so far, and it's a longer book, so that's good. Okay, and then the final one I'm going to pick for March, because I'm not convinced either that I'm going to finish Queen of Shadows before March. It's the 25th of February today. I'm not convinced that I'm going to finish that before March, so that will go into March anyway. A book set in your hometown. Okay, I know for a fact that there are none on my physical TBR that is set. I'm in Norwich, in the UK. Definitely know there's none set there. So what I will do is I'll have a little look on my Kindle and see if I can find any set in Norwich. My husband has read this series, so I knew that it was set in Norwich. Not my typical genre. It's a thriller, murder mystery, crime thing. It is Paper Girls by Alex Smith. It's the first in a series. There's like 16 of them. My husband's read all of them. A DCI Robert Kett novel. So anyone who knows Norwich knows that Robert Kett is famous in Norwich. So I remember laughing at him that the main character's name was quite unimaginative. But I'll give this a go. I can't imagine I'll want to continue with the series, but this is my pick for the book set in my hometown, which is Norwich. Okay, so then just to recap on the 8 books I picked out for March. 6 of them are physical and 2 of them are on my Kindle. So first of all, we've got Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren. Secondly, we have What You Were Looking For Is in the Library by Michiko Ayama. That was so the first one was my 2 authors, and this one was my translated pick. Third one I've got, which sort of ended up being an option for 2, was meant to read it last year and also pulled out the longest one on my TBR, and that is Sorrow and Bliss by Meg Mason. Fourth, we have Daydream by Hannah Grace as what was this one? My sports romance? No, my one word title, that was it. My one word title. Then we had, for as close to 250 words as I could get, The Ex-Hex by Erin Sterling. And then my final physical one was the sports romance, and that is Caught Up by Liz Tom Ford. And then on my Kindle, we have The Zodiac Academy, book number 7, Heartless Sky, and Paper Girls by Alex Smith. So overall, I am excited about this reading month. There's a couple in there that I'm not super excited about. Maybe this one, but I'm sure it'll be fine, and it might even surprise me. I just know it's not my genre, so hopefully the other books will keep me going, and then I'll feel good about it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment what you've got planned to read in March, and if you'd like to subscribe, please do. Bye.